Hello, welcome to Cooking Johnson Style. I had someone that offered me a fresh goose off their farm, and I said I've never cooked one, so let's try it. I found he said five spice tasted the best on him because he's had a few. So I searched around and looked for something that had some five spice in it, and I found kind of an Asian recipe on the internet. And you make a nice little, after you clean your goose up, make a nice little goop. And that is 1.5 teaspoons salt, quarter teaspoon pepper, 2 teaspoons five spice powder, 1 tablespoon. They have dry sherry, but I just used a chicken stock, which was probably wrong. We'll find out. And 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, and 2 oranges zested. And you throw the zest of the orange and all those things in. This is for the top of the bird to rub in, and then you take 5 cloves of garlic and mince them, and it says to put inside and rub inside the cavity. Plus a bunch of salt. I just sprinkled a whole bunch of salt all over. And it calls for 3 good slices of ginger, and I'm just putting that all around. And the rest of the orange that we zested, see, nice little zesting, just put inside. So out of the 2 oranges, you get good 8 slices. Just stuff it in, and in between, throw in some green onion or scallion cut up, just to get the flavor. I am messy. You have to get all that stuff in. They're using a 10-pound bird. Mine's only 8, so I figured I can just cut back some time. Then you pour on the marinade and rub over the bird. And the recipe I saw said give it at least 30 minutes of the marinade, or you can do it overnight. But before you cook it, let it sit out and get room temperature, probably about 30 minutes. And not to ever do a frozen one, because they said that's not good. And then after the marinade, you throw it in, we'll show you later, but 450 degree oven for about 10 minutes. And then turn it down to 350 after the 10-12 minutes. When it gets baked, it gets brown on the top. And then I'm trying to remember what I was thinking. After that, you turn the oven down while it's still in there, and it's probably about, I said it takes 2 hours 45 minutes, so another 2 hours, and then we'll show you what it looks like after it gets started, after I turn it down, and then we'll tint it, see when it gets to a nice brown color, and cook it the rest of the way. All right, if you can hear the ringing, my oven's heated up to 450, and this is at for about an hour or so. You can, like I said, put it in the fridge overnight. But pull it out 30 minutes so that it gets kind of room temperature. Throw it in 450 for 12 minutes, and turn it down to 350. Just leave it in there. Oops. Oh, be careful, little puppy. You don't want to get burned. You do that, you leave that there for about hour 20 minutes. And check the how dark the skin is, and if it's what you like, put a tint on it, and then cook it the rest of the way. And for some people, you can eat it to medium rare, medium for a goose. I've tried it. I've had duck, but not the goose. But 160 is well done for a goose, and that's what I have to go for, because I have people that, if your hamburger's even just a little pink, they throw it out. So get back with you when this hits that point, and we'll show you what to do next. All right, after you've cooked after the goose has about 30 minutes left, and I forgot to tell you to baste it like every 30 minutes. I took some of the fat from the bird. Had about 3 pounds of potatoes. Well, that's more than 3 pounds, but it's about. You're going to mix up the fat. I want to. And then throw a bunch of herbs on it. I like a little parsley, a little thyme. I want to do it that way. I always throw a little garlic on everything because that's me. Get these all seasoned up and mixed around. Put a tint on the bird. Yeah, any kind of herbs, a little bit of garlic, touch of salt if you like. And I'll throw this in for the last 30 minutes of the cooking of the goose. And I'll pull it out, turn it up to 400, and cook it another 20 minutes while the goose is resting. And after you made a complete mess, throw that in the oven. I don't know if you can see the bird. Just baste it. I'll put a tint on it so it doesn't get much browner than that. And I'll get my potatoes right next to it. In about 30 minutes, take off after I clean all of my spices up. Take off, pull out the goose, and turn that oven up to 400. Cook it for 20 minutes, and you got a meal. I don't know what it's going to taste like yet, but we'll figure it out. After this is rested, take the tent off. I think it looks pretty good. And the potatoes, herbed and tossed with the goose. Now, if you want to make it look pretty, don't do that at home because that's really hot and I can handle heat. Oh, ow, ow, ow. You just make a little dish plate, throw the potatoes around, make it look pretty for everybody. Oh, potatoes are hot. And that was my first time ever trying to cook a goose. I got the recipe off the internet. Just found something that had 5 spice in it. And that's what was my nephew who gave me the goose from his little farm type thing. So this I'm always curious what just cut a piece open just to try it. That is pretty tasty. So, if you're brave, give it a shot. Thanks for watching Cooking Johnson Style.